Right, it's time for questions now. Are there any questions to any of the speakers? No questions? I have a question, a general question. Why do you think it's important to disseminate open source software and gvSIG? And do you think that society and companies know that this type of solution could be a real alternative to private software? Well, we've been using gvSIG since 2011, like many other administrations or companies. So we do know of it. And in fact, I had no budget for anything but gvSIG. I didn't have money for maintenance even. And then, yes, it's a matter of solidarity as well, which is very important in my opinion. Yes, why is it important to disseminate open source software and gvSIG particularly? And do you think companies and societies know this could be a real alternative? Well, his map is a private company and they use open source. In Italy, there are many companies that are migrating to open source software to make the most of their money. And many companies follow trends in open source software. There are more and more companies that rely on open source software. So I hope this will continue. Well, times are changing. Everything is free. Apps are free. Software is free. Information is free, basically, and there is lots of it. So yes, the times are changing and it's all great that you can be free to develop something freely. I suppose more participation should be fostered by those who use it, by the administration, and it could be great. I think people are aware of the advantages, and in fact the crisis has come to our advantage. It has helped a lot of. It has helped us in gvSIG, because even big companies, when they do their calculations, they find it, is good value for the money. So it's basic, really. And particularly with the civil service and the administration, where everything is public. So it's not a matter of business with them. But yes, in my opinion, it's better for users to decide things than being constrained by a license. It's a different way of generating business, for a small company, for instance. It's more egalitarian, I would say, because otherwise the software company has the control all the time. From the point of view of SME, small company, or for a small analyst, well, if you're a small company, you may not have access to licenses, to private licenses. So I think it was made over the past 2 days, with the examples. Are there any more questions? Hello. This session was about education and gvSIG. I wonder, I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to offend anybody, but is the community being neglected a little bit or disregarded? I've been in gvSIG from the very beginning, and I know individual efforts have been made in training. I know people who have uploaded contributions, on their developments, and they had a try. Some people even did, like courses, like Mr. Palomares from the Polytechnic, and he was not mentioned by any of you. I think there is a hub on the gvSIG web page for education. Am I right? So when someone makes that type of educational effort, not much is said, no comments are made when someone says, I'm going to give this or that training course on gvSIG on the website. So I have to pay for the expert certification, when I'm contributing all my work. And what do you think? Well, his name was included in all the projects 80% of the times. On gvSIG, his logo. Yeah. Yeah, obviously there are individual efforts like those made by Jesus Palomar. Yes, he works in our department, and the projects in which he participated included his name, of course, and he deserves all my praise. He's worked very hard and shared his videos. And of course, students are told you can have these courses on the gvSIG community website for free. Of course, we tell the students to, even though they come to us in university. Yes, you're right. Recognition must be given to everybody working in this field. But sometimes with open source software, there is no recognition. You share generously. Right, Agustin, this session was more focused on university education, on statutory education, okay? Because it's important to be in university as well. We want gvSIG to be in university, and that's the place to start. If we want to be further supported educationally speaking and internationally speaking, it's important to be trained in university as well. So we are not disregarding anybody in the community. Of course not. I remember I once went to a meeting, a gvSIG meeting, and a lecturer from university told me, why should I use open source software in my classes if I am given a private license for free in university? So we want to avoid that type of attitude. And so we encourage everybody to, of course, share things, publish books like the one by my friend in Cartagena who is here. The new website includes a knowledge repository with all the workshops, webinars, papers, etc. But let me make it clear. This session was about statutory education. eat. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, this was about statutory education, and that's what I said at the beginning of my presentation. Of course, there's room for everybody, free of charge education on the website, but it is very, very important for anybody who holds an official qualification recognized by the official journal and signed by the King of Spain should know about GIS, gvSIG, and know how to use it. Is no good saying, this is my degree, I am illiterate GIS wise. So that's as we want to push it in university. gvSIG training is nothing but a community. So it's all based on contributing, and anybody can contribute. The rules are the same for everybody, and in that respect we are truly a community, or at least we work with that in that way. When you talked about the specialists in the group, including geologists like myself, well, in my university on the Canary Islands, in statutory education, you cannot find gvSIG. It is only explained to students at master's level in a particular college. So you talk to students about gvSIG, and they say, oh no, we don't want to know about that. It's not prestigious. It's not prestigious. So we have to fight that type of attitude. So yes, we will be stronger if we try and push GIS and gvSIG in university. I am a user, but I am also a lecturer, and I use it with very, very good results, and we do different training activities. We've even produced a little manual with very good results. So it's very important. Statutory education is key. Otherwise, geographers go out in the street to work and they don't have a clue. Yes, that's what I meant to say in my presentation. That's what we need to do. As an association, we want to push it further in universities. In Huelva, in my university, the first 3 courses on desktop, the university had an agreement with a private company, and they could not believe it. We were going to do it. So that's what I wanted to say. Are there any questions? I am a lecturer too. And what Juan Pablo said about, he talked about the free of charge thing. Obviously, it is advantageous not to have to pay for open source. But that's not the most important thing, because at the end of the day, open source is also a business model. If I am in university, of course, if I develop open source, I don't develop my own business, I get paid by the government. But if a private company develops open source software, obviously they need to make a profit, because it takes a lot of time, a long time, and a lot of money. At the Polytechnic University of Valencia, we are really privileged that the government of Valencia fostered and supported gvSIG. It's incredible how much it grew. And I will never get tired of saying, how important it is. And yes, things look easy, but you need to know more. There are many algorithms behind. So it's great to have the open source available. And gvSIG is a window to the world, and to me that is far more important than whether it is free or not. Okay, would like to close the meeting. Thank you to all of you, and thank you to gvSIG again for inviting us to chair this panel. Thank you.